And greetings to all in creation. You've seen, here's like the 32, and they had this blue car in the corner, and another one. And I'm here in 28, so last night, apparently here's where Andrew is banging Christine and Amber, now that he has like a harem. And as you all see, it's raining because I'm Mother Earth, Mother Goddess, Mother New Creation, Heaven on Earth. And every time they take my power and put it elsewhere, the fact that I can't fully feel my emotions because of this, neurological manipulation they keep putting me through with granting their little, whores from prostitution, ISIS, terrorism places, access to having keys to properties I stay at, since Joe Staples and Lynn Craft and Dave Allen and everyone beyond and before that, since the Metropolitan as well. It was a pact by my biological father as well to swipe me under the rug and allow people to infiltrate my root chakra at the Metropolitan and allow these people to beat me up under the tree at Coco's Bar, which they had a guy yesterday at the distillery wearing a blue Coco's Bar t-shirt while their bartender Christine was looking at me and talking she's so miserable and bored, and I was like, well, I have a laser plasma tech. It's a DNA upgrade. It takes 72 hours to full on activate, and you join a next level beingness, please. And she's like, oh, that's witchcraft. I'm scared. Do you know Jesus? I'm like, yeah, honey. That's what drove me out of lust and into right action and into my divine mission. So I had to go through the regular seeking Jesus and focusing solely on the energy of Jesus on the cross resurrection. And once you do the narrow gate, then you get your own baptism and your own divine name and mission. So they never did the Jesus path. They just say, oh yeah, I go to church, I do communion, blood of Jesus, because they know about, the Eucharist and all of the schemes that are used for the fake religion people, from the fake Catholicism with the fake Eucharist, as I said, with IC, which I already informed Sir Biden at the White House that IC's sole purpose was to hire Miss Irbein, meaning Miss Eucharist, and then not allow me back in class for another year, for them to create this fraud timeline whereby now apparently IC and AUB are so happy with the embassy world, hosting fake events with the fake federal frauds and denying that it was actually me that they raised. These people denied their own people to put, foreign whores on pedestals because they're Masonic killers and that are conspiring in IC solutions, trying to incarcerate me for life in case I don't comply to being a prostitute, which is really absurd, right? So long story short, Miguel Lambo recently blocked auroramothernutrition@gmail.com from reaching his email because he had told me, if you're real, you'll come back. Because they think that, to them, it is totally normal for them to rob my inheritance, kill my mom, own me, own my social security number, and then if I don't accept to come back into the world as a pixie parcel of what they have stolen from me, and then they want to give me just one nano drop of me. Oh, we took all your empire, and if you want to enter, you can only be the maid back door. And I'm like, I don't think so, honey. That's not how it works. Pursuit of happiness, constitutional America, freedom of speech. And if you want to call me anything, it's called freedom of religion. I am goddess and I have my own. If I don't follow one of your religions, it still does not mean that I'm not a brilliant American creator and I've created this. So if you guys want to rob my own creation, obviously it's not working because you have no understanding of my plasma tech or of atomic work. And if you think that if you keep putting spells on me, watching you while I sleep on camera, and getting banged next door, hoping that you're going to become the real me, Tatiana, for October 5, and keep Amber in position while Andrew has a harem of Heather, Crystal, Amber, Christine, and God even knows, Carol. I don't even know who's part of their harem now. Just some ridiculous little girls that are jealous of me, that he takes around my property and everywhere I go, and he gives them power over me all the way in Nashville, Tennessee. Every time I get a job on my travels, they call my hostel owner and fake fraud, oh, why don't you kick her out? So I get kicked out. They'll tell like Airbnb people from Craigslist, every rental, every internet connection. 13 years in the United States now, I've been totally hacked by these terrorists, starting David Abbott Rogers all the way to now, going all the way to each one of their, unconscious allies, from Brendan Irvin to Michael Iaquinta, to everyone who conspired and lied to me the years, hoping that in the end, once I'm in a zone where I'm here in the rain, I'm going to call them and say, please, can I please have a lick? And then it's never happening because I don't have any of these thoughts. I don't have lust. I have shifted from carbon to ether and peace on earth. So I've already informed the White House of these machinations and manipulations. And, these people are trying to get me to go to a unit that is, like, not mine, just to parallel the Jessica Drive situation, whereby Santi, invited me to Jessica Drive once here on Marshalls, and he wasn't there. They tased me from a unit next door, so I entered the wrong house for a nanosecond, which had them send police, who didn't ask to see any of my documents. So then they can also stage it, like if I enter a wrong property, and then they'll probably have their, whores hiding in the background filming or whatever, in case Andrew was. But he doesn't have the audacity to do his terrorist schemes, because it's all words about words. They're just weak people that are thieves, that take drugs and that get erections, and they just start to fuck each other. And he breeds with everything that ever possibly breeds, besides myself, because they want to deny my divine child at any cost and convince people that I'm some transsexual person with issues, which is not the case. So apparently he has 5 kids, with a Heather and Amber and Christine, God knows, maybe Crystal, Coco, I don't know who he has kids with, but he wants everybody's child but my own. And he wants to pretend that the hormonal thing comes from me, like that I don't have the audacity to go make love with people. No, that's not the truth. I went to Tennessee. I was the one who went to him. I, first of all, rented my own car from Advanced Car Rental before they told me with Iaquinta and Brendan that they're going to have to take me because Andrew can't be one-on-one with an archaea in a room. So he's going to have Brendan on the floor to then impregnate Heather, to then, rob me and kick me out from Ocean Dunes while he hired Russell to do the rest of the work, because he doesn't have the balls or the dick or the audacity. He's just a weak little boy. So please, everyone, pray for Andrew Ryan Profaci. He has a lot of issues since Amy told him he wasn't Lucifer. He's still trying to, he thinks now it's by numbers. Like, oh my God, he keeps flashing messages on YouTube. Like today, the first message in the morning was like, you should now stop being pretty. You should just be yourself. Meaning they was going to give my beauty, because they put spells on me all night, to Tatiana, and all my work, since they have my iCloud's information for Aurora Diamond Star, and my website, auroramothernewcreation.com, and auroramothernewcreation@gmail.com. Since Michael already blocked me, then they'll probably, have him unblock me and go, oh my God, that's her. We miss her. Dima T, because she married whatever for her First Contact Ground Crew team, while Amber's Aurora Diamond Rainbow, oh, she's the shift. Make pretend like it was her all along, and Bruce is why also Terry never said his last name was Terry, and when I found out, he freaked out because this was a plan since long time with West Virginia and stuff like that. So here's the latest on domestic terrorism issues. Please, if you're a bartender or a restaurant owner or something, you must have empathy. I mean, I am really sorry that I don't have a dick or sperm to swallow, but it is nothing to make fun of, okay? I mean, it was already hard enough for me to do the shift. From a very lustful island person like most of you are, that had sexual thoughts 24/7. Then I focused on the resurrection and Christ, and I got my baptism. I thought that Resurrection Church was a serious church. Instead, they had the bishops call me to reroute me to, Leewood, who also, was in on this with them. Now, I know that many of them are trying to be my hero, because Leewood tried to save me from Michael Silver. And I created my new creation plasma transcript in his house. Now he's in North Carolina and Raleigh. I spoke with him a couple of days ago. I mean, I know that if these criminal terrorists actually incarcerate me, there's nothing much they can do. So it's up to me to keep me standing and flowing, which I do impeccably. And I check up on all my sessions all the time. So peace on earth, everyone. I am really sorry that Andrew's putting you through this bullshit with his pathetic little terror bride whores. I'm sorry about Chamber of Commerce and all the chiropractors on Hilton World. It's disgusting.